What's up, fiends? Alucard here. Today I have a Dollar Tree Theater for you, and today we're talking about Savage Creatures from 2019, directed by Richard Lowry. So this movie is put out by ITN Distribution, who I'm not the biggest fan of because most of their movies are horrible. But I decided to give this a shot because a couple of people had recommended this one to me. So I was like, all right. And then I saw ITN pop up. I was like, oh man, I don't know about that. So anyway, so I watched it. Um, it is 75 minutes long. It's actually a pretty good length because it doesn't overstay its welcome, and it's edited well. So okay, we'll get to that. So the movie starts off. It's this mom and son uh, duo named Liz and Darby. They pick up two hitchhikers off the road named Rose and Ursula, and we in the very beginning we find out that Liz and Darby, the mom and son, are cannibals. So they pick up hitchhikers and vagrants and whatnot. They bring them to their house. They kill them and eat them. Um, okay, so Rose and Ursula are these, like two young women. Uh, they pick them up. They bring them to their house, and Rose and Ursula are on the take. So they want to rob. However, the cannibals drug them, and so now Darby, the son, is tasked with cutting them up for preparation for the food. So Darby grabs Ursula and throws her in the bathtub, where he does all his chopping. So he cuts off Ursula's arm. He turns around. He turns around. The arm grows back. So he's like, "What the hell?" He does this like I think 3 times because he just like, "Why does this thing keep growing back? I keep cutting it off." So it turns out Rose and Ursula are actually vampires, and so they're regenerating from their injuries. And both girls end up biting Darby, the son, and while Liz is away. So the vampires kill Darby, and Liz comes back, and she starts shooting at him with a gun. Of course, it has no effect. They're vampires. And actually, Rose has a really good line that she says to Liz at this point. She goes, "You're no woman. You're more monster than me," which is pretty funny coming from a vampire. So anyway, also Rose also states that the blood has become uh, poisoned since it's the 21st century, and all these chemicals, and everybody's not taking care of themselves and whatnot. And we also find out it's Rose's 426th birthday, so she's been around quite a while. I'm going to show you a picture of Rose and Ursula. Rose is on your left, and Ursula is on the right. Of course, this is when they go into vampire form. So now they're just kind of hanging out at the house, and they hear on the radio that there's been meteors crashing in the area, and there are aliens popping out of these meteors. And these aliens come out, and they basically are like soul suckers. And once they drain the soul, the people basically become zombies. So yeah, we have vampires, aliens, and zombies all gonna converge at once. So the aliens kind of look like this. See, they kind of have a sea creaturey look to them, and that's they're eating off of somebody right there. And okay, so we have those three, and then we add one more group to the mix. We actually get a priest and a nun show up. The nun is mute, and she also is a she's pagan. Yeah, that's the badass nun that's in the movie. It's pretty funny. And then the priest, the priest is so over the top and stuff, but it totally works. Um, I actually really enjoy this movie. This is the best ITN movie I think I've ever seen. I mean, I haven't seen that many, but all the other ones I've seen have been pretty awful. This one is a whole hell of a lot of fun. There's a bunch of callbacks to other movies, like Ms. 45 with the Nun, um, War of the Worlds, and then the one that I thought was interesting, they even kind of call back to The Hunger. I'm not going to tell you what scene or anything, but I do recommend that you check this movie out. It doesn't take itself seriously, but it's not an over the top comedy either. So a couple of things I did not like about this one, um, the CG is pretty horrible. It's not the worst I've seen, but it's not very good either. Um, and sometimes I feel like there's a little too much going on. It's too much of a hodgepodge of ideas. Um, but they somehow kind of make it work. For me, you're kind of lost, and then you kind of get back into it, and you're like, okay. Stuff I really liked about it. The acting, I thought, especially for like a no budget movie, is pretty damn good actually, and it's well edited. It's nicely paced. It has a pretty good score to it as well. And at the end, they do they do like a gag reel during the credits, and it's those are pretty hilarious. Um, so yeah, so overall, I would give this probably a 3.5 out of 5. I do recommend it. It's a good time, and like I said, it's only 75 minutes, so it does not overstay its welcome at all. As for a recap, we have lesbian vampires, uh, killer clergy, soul sucking aliens, zombies, and incestuous cannibals. What more could you ask for? So yeah, if you're liking this video, give me a big old thumbs up. It helps me out a whole lot. And subscribe if you're new or you like my content. And I will see all you guys next time. Remember to stay spooky.